Defense news in a nutshell, your fortnightly guide to all that's happening in MINDEF and the SAF in under 5 minutes. Here's what happened from the 4th to the 17th of April. The clear and present threat upon Singapore is terrorism, said Minister for Defense Dr. Ng Eng Hen at the Committee of Supply debate. While there is no imminent plot against Singapore, Dr. Ng pointed out that almost all cities are likely targets of attacks. The SAF must gear up to face the security challenges in the years ahead. The SAF has stood up task forces, such as the Special Operations Task Force, to defend Singapore against a multitude of threats. With the aid of better equipment, these task forces will be able to respond even more quickly should an attack occur.
In this troubled peace, the SAF will train hard, prepare well, and continually adapt to protect Singapore. With Singaporeans strongly behind and with us, the SAF will respond decisively to all those who seek to do us harm and protect this precious island we call home.
The SAF will also continue to work closely with the Home Team and other national agencies to harness the full strength of Singapore's defense capabilities. Joint exercises such as Exercise High Crest validate the whole of government response to simultaneous terrorist threats on land and at sea. Senior Minister of State for Defense Ong Ye Kung said that the SAF also needed the continued contribution and commitment of national servicemen. With the security challenges that confront Singapore today, a professional and dedicated fighting force comprising operationally ready and full-time national servicemen, such as those from the Island Defense Task Force, have an immense task of defending Singapore against the threat of terrorism.
We have been finding ways to show appreciation to our national servicemen and those who support them. The NS Men Tax Relief, NS Housing Medical Education Awards, the Home Awards, SAFRA facilities. These forms of recognition are important to let them know that their sacrifices are deeply appreciated and for the greater good of Singapore.
Touching on how everyone can play a part in defense was Senior Minister of State for Defense Dr. Mohamad Maliki bin Osman.
This idea of strength in unity is captured in this year's Total Defense campaign, themed, "Together we keep Singapore strong." The threats and challenges we face since Total Defense was introduced 32 years ago have evolved, but the message to respond as one people remains equally, if not more important today.
For more information on the Committee of Supply debate, log on to Cyber Pioneer's Facebook page or visit mindef.gov.sg.
I name this ship Sovereignty. May God bless her and all who sail on her.
The Republic of Singapore Navy's second Littoral Mission Vessel, or LMV, was launched at a ceremony at Singapore Technology's Marine Benoi Yard. Speaking at the ceremony, Deputy Prime Minister and Coordinating Minister for National Security, Teo Chee Hean, highlighted that Singapore, as a maritime nation, relied heavily on the sea as its lifeline.
The interruption of sea traffic or a threat coming from the many vessels sailing through these waters will have a serious impact on us here in Singapore. With its integrated sensors and weapons, as well as advanced C4 systems, the LMV will be more efficient and effective vessels that will enhance our ability to detect and respond to current and future maritime threats.
The first LMV, Independence, was launched last year and will be delivered to the Navy in May. Sovereignty is expected to be commissioned next year, and the full fleet of 8 LMVs is expected to be fully operational by 2020. More than 500 servicemen and women from 48th Battalion, Singapore Armoured Regiment, and Armour Training Institute took part in the 8th Exercise Panzer Strike, held for the first time in the Oberlausitz military training area in Germany. Roughly a quarter of the size of Singapore, the training area allows tank crews to practice firing at targets up to 4 kilometers away and engage moving targets while on the move. This enhances the realism of the training and competencies of SAF's armored troopers. The bilateral exercise also saw the exchange of military knowledge and forging friendships between the two forces. After 38 weeks of rigorous training at the Officer Cadet School, 335 officer cadets from the 100th Officer Cadet Course graduated and took on their roles as leaders of the SAF at the Safety Military Institute.
It's the quality of leadership in the SAF that will decide whether a mission is won or lost. And you must inspire nothing less than the highest standards of professionalism and discipline in the men and women under your charge.
For more details on these stories, visit mindef.gov.sg. Well, that's our defense news in a nutshell. Get to know us more through one of our social media channels. This is Mike from Power 98, signing off.